Hey, how's everyone doing? I hope that you are doing well. I hope that the weather, wherever you are, is nice, or at least nicer than mine. I'm in California, and up north above me, where my homestead is, has already gotten about 10 inches of rain in 48 hours. Here, where I am in the San Francisco Bay Area currently, we've had a little bit. Just today, we're getting 2.5 inches. I went out into that. And I don't like umbrellas or raincoats, right? And so I was soaked in the first 30 seconds of getting out of the car at the first stop, let alone the second stop. And then every street was flooded. The drains are struggling. They're standing water. And this is on normal, flat with good drainage, busy main streets. And I was like, this is not a good time to be out. So I got enough stuff for through tomorrow. And then I was I got everything prepared, bagged, tagged, priced, low, medium, high. The phone rings, my dad's phone over here that I can never turn off. And it was our county saying a flash flood alert has been issued until 6:00 tonight. And I'm like, well, duh. Duh. I mean, there's my father and my family home. We live in the hills and just at the bottom of them. And there's a creek that is seasonal that runs through his backyard, and it overflows its bank when it's like this. And if I was quiet, you all might actually be able to hear it. It's roaring. It is roaring. And like I said, the last 2 days, it was more like just constant trickle of rain. But today, woo, we need a Noah's Ark over here. Hi, Carol. How are you? I'm glad you're here. I was just talking about the weather, something we all talk about. And my gosh, it's, my hair, my clothes, everything was soaked. Some stuff's by the dryer, like the heater drying off. It's ridiculous. Carol, question. Are you the Carol that claimed the little bulldog in my drop sale like 5 or 6 weeks ago? Because I have 3 Carols and I've emailed 2 and none of them have responded. I asked one in a chat. It is you, Carol. I've been like, well, I guess that's just never going to happen. Oh, Carol. Okay, hold on. Let me get him. I've saved him over here. I'm so glad. This little guy, right? Okay, Carol, do me a favor. This is the end of my 2-week build-a-box today. It's the last sale of that 2-week build-a-box. I'll start in with that in a minute. Please send me an email down here and with the heading Bulldog, and just put your information in all over again, like I have no idea who you are, so that I can get this precious little thing out to you. I've been so bummed out. Every Carol in every chat, I've been like, are you the Carol? It's embarrassing. Thank you. I would really appreciate that. And now I will put him over here with the things, very carefully, with the things to invoice. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate it. Okay. Well, I don't have an ark. I don't have a rowboat, but definitely not going out again until we're supposed to get 2.5 inches in one day today. And I driving around, none of the drains have been cleaned out by the city. They usually go around before the first big storm and clean out every single drain of all the leaves and everything. And neighbors go out, get them out of the gutters. They didn't do anything for this storm. And we're getting 2.5 inches of rain. So it has nowhere to go but flooding the streets. Kathy. Oh, good for you. Ooh, Nightmare Before Christmas. You know what? So I'm a movie freak. I have my top 200 movies. You can't give me a top 10. You can't even give me a top 100. You give me a top 200. But Nightmare Before Christmas and Tim Burton would be in my top 50. Absolutely. I post a picture on Instagram. And thank God that your package, I hope, is not arriving today. That's a good reminder for me. I'm going to write it down to go look after the sale is done, because if it's out there, it'll be ruined. Kathy Wiseman made me a headband, y'all. I cannot wait for it. Okay, check porch for package. It's like disastrous out there. I mean, I wanted to run into the stores and back to my car. But here's the thing. If I did that, I would be running through giant puddles and the drains were pouring. The gutters were like 12 inches out into the street. And if I run and I fall, I'm screwed. So I just had to walk and splash through all this stuff. I am not a rain person. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, boy. Okay. So, all that rambling. I'm Lucinda. This is my channel. Oh, Kathy, you're a smart lady. Good. Okay. Thank you, because I'm really excited. Kathy Wiseman makes fantastic headbands. She's over on IG. I'm Lucinda. Ring light is bugging the crap out of me. Okay. But that's even worse. I'm Lucinda. This is my channel, Vintastic Finds. Friday is my show and tell, where I talk a little bit about the item and then I tell you a starting bid price. Boy, this ring light is so bright. It's because it's so dark outside. I lowered it, but I didn't lower it enough. See if I do that. That's better. Okay. And because we're getting up into the holidays, I made a very deliberate choice of lower, medium, and high priced. And I looked at everything in advance. I'm going to go a little bit faster. Hi, Lenore. How are you? A little bit faster than normal, just because I'd like to get through all these items. Also, because next week is Thanksgiving. What is that? Y'all, I'm getting up and turning this ring light down. I can't pull it over, but it's so bright. It's in my glasses. It can take me 2 seconds. I apologize. I'll be right back. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. There. Okay. Okay. Don't leave me. I'm here. There you go. That's much better. Okay. So I'm going to go a little bit faster because next week is Thanksgiving week. And I am going up to my homestead for some respite on Tuesday. It's going to be pouring rain. So Wednesday, I would have to just rush around and prepare a sale. And my partner, I could do it by myself because my partner Miss Karen Chasing Vintage for WVV, Wednesday's Vintage Vendors. She's going to be involved in cooking all day, Thanksgiving dinner with her family. She's in Oklahoma. So it would just be me. I will just be getting in late Tuesday night. So I'm not doing Wednesday. Then we got Friday, Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Not doing that either because I'm doing a Black Friday marathon sale with the traveling button. Some of you may have seen my short. If you have not, well, it's not my short. I'm a part of the short. I'm an invited guest. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's hilarious. More to come. Stay tuned. More to come. So I will be doing that. And I am the first person on with David and Sarah, the Traveling Button and Drunk Mantiques, her husband, and Uniquely Rochelle. If you don't know her, find her on YouTube, find her on IG. She's amazing. So I'm first, and I am on starting at 2 o'clock Eastern time with them. So I'm on from 2 to 4, Black Friday. So I might be doing a drop sale, and I might not. So this is it for a week in terms of my stuff, except for coming over to Black Friday and having a great pajama party with us. Okay. So think accordingly. Let me know. And if anyone is watching on the replay, you need to claim by Sunday night in order for me to be able to bill you and take it up there so I can mail it out, because I'm going to be up in Mendocino at my homestead for 2 weeks. Okay, dokie. That was a lot of information. I know. But now that I've got through it, I'm going to pull my chair up a little. And another suggestion here, I always say this at my sales, but I'm going to say it at the beginning now. If you watched my preview, it's the first time I've ever done, or maybe only the second time I've ever done a Friday show and tell preview. And I think I'm going to start doing them more often. If you have seen something that you are especially interested in, something's on my glass, probably rain. Please put it in the chat and say, you know, I was really curious about that one item or these 2 items or whatever. And I will bring them up right away or ASAP. Okay. All righty then. I got my hot holiday coffee. Thank you, Carol. Okay. And I'm going to go back and forth from low, medium, high, low, medium, high. Sound like a plan? I use PayPal to bill you. You can check out as a guest. If you bid on something, shipping is not included. I use Pirate Ship, which saves about 1/3 on USPS and UPS. I generally default to USPS. And if I don't know you, you've never been here before, I'll need your information by the end of tonight. Sent there. I'll need your YouTube name, real name, address with zip code, and the email you use or want to use with PayPal. Okay? Okay. That was a lot. I think that's enough. Okay. So I also did my research on every item I'm bringing right now. I just really was like, I got to move this a little faster. So I brought this on Wednesday and I was wrong about it. So when I do that, and if I had sold it, I would have reached out to the person and I would have fixed it. This is gorgeous. That is not the problem in any way. This is beautiful hammered gold with silver rhinestones. Opens like that. Let's get streamer. Look at that. So clever. Clamper. Done in the typical 50s, 60s style, right? It is a Leah Sophia. It says Leah Sophia. Where is it? Right in there. And Leah Sophia is still going. She sells in bulk, mass quantities. It's beautiful stuff, but it is not technically vintage and brand new. You know, the cost brand new for this clamper was probably $25, and it is a beautiful big one. This will fit a medium wrist. Look how much room is in there. It only measures 2.5 across, but see all that room on mine, and I am a ladies just beginning medium. So I would say this would fit an 8-inch wrist size comfortably. No problems. And it's that holiday silver and gold, right? Burl Ives. And I will do this. And like I said, Wednesday, I brought this for a large amount of money. I just thought I posted that in there. I would have reached out to the person and asked them to, I would have fixed the invoice and emailed them and had them pay a lot less. Oh, okay. Me and this computer. Anyone want a mod? This is a buy it now. Totally worth the price for $13. It is like brand new. It's stunning. She makes really good quality. She's just current. See how big it is on my wrist? She's current. There's a lot of her stuff out there. So I'm giving you the right price. Buy it now, $13. It is not super heavy. It's year round, but particularly right now with the holidays, I thought, how perfect is that? So, like I said, I have a 7.5 size wrist. So this is an 8 to an 8.5. Buy it now, $13. Okay. And this time I'm going to track a little bit. $13 BIN. Okay. So that was a low end price. Now I'm going to go to medium. And I believe this is check black glass necklace. It's really pretty. It's very simple. You know, it's very simple. It is. So at first I was thinking perhaps Victorian morning or something, or just really good glass, but it's really good glass. I'm pretty sure it's Czechoslovakian, Czech glass. Look at the shine on this piece. And it's smooth as butter. Smooth as butter. It is reflecting the ring light a lot. So that is due to the cutting, the way they've cut and swirled these pieces. So when you are out and about, when you're in bright lights, it will shine like that. Otherwise, it'll just be shiny black. It is not matte. It is not signed. It has a beautiful little floral. I love these slide in locking clasps. See that? I went to speech class for my S's like that, and I still can say it funny when I say something like clasps. The P and the S don't work out right. There's no signature. I'm assuming this is 60s. The clasp is so, I mean, it may be that the clasp itself is the clue to the maker, but I didn't dig that deep. So it's just one of these type of clasps that opens like this and goes right back in and up and locks. It's in perfect condition. It's a short one, so I'm going to put in the starting price, and then I'll give you a measurement. It's not a choker, but it is short. And the only reason I'm not putting it on me is because if I take this out and put it back together, it takes a long time. So let me show you on Dolly. Come here, Dolly. Even though Dolly is black, it'll give you, ooh, it even shines on there. That's nice. I love these beads. And you feel them. They're just, it's almost like a rosary, if you will. It's so smooth. It's so smooth. I love it. And you know, my favorite thing is plastic. So it's 7. It's about 8.5 each side. So 17 to 18 inches in total. So I know on me, that's going to come right about here. Okay, so this would be the beginning of the tatas. It's about the middle of the sternum. Middle of the sternum. I see Carol in at 22. And Carol, I just want to be really clear with you that it's got all that shine, but the beads are just that like Czechoslovakian smooth cut black. It's reflecting light. What in the world is that thing? Go away. I appreciate it. If anyone else is interested in this piece, besides Carol, you need to come in at, what did I just say? Fair warning. Yeah. You need to come in at $1 higher, 23 or higher. And last call. I'm going to set it down. Sold to Carol. Sold to Carol. Thank you, Carol. I love this. I mean, it's just, you let me know how you feel about it. It is so, it's just shiny, buttery, cut. It's everything about it is great. It will go into either a necklace box or an organza bag later. I promise. Okay, now, and I appreciate it. Now I'm going to higher end. And I do have a few like kind of household, just a couple, and some antique, 2 antique. Oh, good, Carol. Thank you. That's nice to hear. That's good to hear. Thank you. I do have the 2 antique, like books of kind of like of love that I showed in the preview. And I do have a Christmas ephemera postcard lot, and a set of red, kind of a compilation of red glass with rock stained glass coasters. So if we get towards the end of the show and anyone's interested in that, you can give me a shout out. Now this piece I tried really hard to find, hold on, to find the actual maker. The only thing, this is blowing it out. It is 4 strands, if it would cooperate. 4 strands of pretty large potato and other style freshwater pearls. I will put it on Dolly in a minute. There are silver, gold, and beige with some gold spacers, some silver spacers. It's really great piece. The only thing I could possibly determine about this, it is vintage, but I think it might be a vintage. Here's the extender. Liz Claiborne. I will show you what I really went down like a 15-minute rabbit hole with this. Here's the hang tag. And then on the other side of the hang tag, I'll show you the markings. And Liz Claiborne is a guess because there were some other things that popped up. Copyright LC small I, and there's a space. Copyright capital L, capital C, and then a space, small I, with a dot on top of it. And there was one other maker that popped up, but it didn't seem right. See that? That's what I got. And I couldn't find anything exactly like this. Every time I put in the name, I put it in all different ways. I kept coming up with just freshwater pearls. And I was like, finally, it's like, okay, I give. I don't know. I just know that it's a lot of beautiful freshwater pearls and it's vintage. Let me try to show you what it would look like on me. And then I'm going to put it on Dolly because the ring light is blowing out the colors. But okay, I have a problem with my computer and seeing if the colors are correct. But then when I watch on YouTube, the colors are fine. I don't understand that at all. So, sorry. So it comes down to, they're all the same length, essentially tiny bit shorter. It comes, same thing. I'm betting this one is about, well, that's with the extender way down. The extender is up higher. Hold on. A little bit below my sternum bone with the extender up higher. I will measure it. I'm going to put it on Dolly, but let me give you a start of 38. And let's put her on Dolly, and then I'll give you a length. It's a beautiful piece, and these freshwater pearls are just, it's the, you know, the grays or the silver tones, the beautiful, like kind of bronzy color, and then white with those pieces. It's, let's see if the ring light on this one. See, doesn't that blow it out? I feel like, and then I move it. I feel like that is more true to life colors. And again, I thought holidays, holiday gift, and freshwater pearls are not pearls, but they're not cheap. They're not inexpensive. So I know because I used to make jewelry and I still pay attention and go into bead stores to get a finding or do this or do that to fix something I have. You could not buy these freshwater bead pearl beads for $38 to make this necklace. You couldn't possibly. Probably be about twice that for the pearls because they're big, gorgeous, multiple sizes. So 7, 14, yeah, about 17 inches, and then the clasp is about, the hook is about almost an inch, and the extender is, I think it's a 3-incher. No, it's a 4-inch extender. So you've got 17 with the clasp, and the extender is 4 inches. About, let's go with this, is round it to 20. So 10 inches each side if the extender was completely open. 4 strands of different size and different color freshwater pearls. I really like this. I have some pearls. I'm not a huge pearl person. Rhonda Schroeder. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm saying that correct because I've never met you before. Rhonda, not Schrader. Mustang lover. Hello, Rhonda. It's very nice to meet you, and thank you so much. I appreciate that. Rhonda, do you love Mustang cars or Mustang horses? That's my question of the day. I love the old muscle cars. Horses have always scared the crap out of me. I'm only like 5'3". I used to be like a whopping 110 pounds. And the horses knew that I was not in control. So the cars, I trusted stupidly the teenage boys to be in control. But the horses, they knew better, and they would just take off running, and my friend would have to come grab the horse, and I did that like 3 times, and it was like, no more. Cars. Yes. I mean, I spent as a teenager afternoon after afternoon into the evenings sitting and watching the guys working on their, 67 Stings and their 50s Rancheros and the, GTOs. Yep, that was me. I was one of those girls. But, I had a good time. I learned a lot. Too bad we can't too bad that I can't get in there and wrench on and fix those cars. They have terrible gas mileage, but they have no computers. So you can fix them yourself. I'm all about that. Okay, this is a buy it now. Beautiful costume jewelry ring. Probably from the 70s that I've showed many times. Those are all red. Rhonda, yep. These are all red, and I used to be with guys who raced, and I'd be in the back seat on really dangerous, curvy roads. I was just an idiot, but I had a good time. Motorcycles as well, with my feet dragging on the ground on the back pegs, or my foot would be like on the tailpipe and having to get off of it when we weren't in a circle. I was an idiot. Okay. I know a lot of guys that went on to become well-known motorcycle racers, though. Not any cars. So this is real glass, red rhinestones raised on just silver tone. I remember, and it's heavy metal, no damage, no wear. It's not plastic. These are glass. Yep, done that a million times. $12 for this. It is actually a steel, but I've had it a while, and it would fit me on this finger, but these fingers are usually occupied, and so I dropped the price. I'm doing a lot of that today. Since I can't have sales next week, and I need to, just like everyone else, I need a little bit of money for the holidays. So I would say this is an 8.5. An 8.5. If I scooch this over, you can see it really, hold on. It really does go down to 9 when I turn it, but just to be safe, I'd like to say 8.5. And look at the dome on that. And the reds, they do sparkle in the light. Not tons, but they do. There's the back. They're enclosed. It's just a great vintage costume, jewelry, party ring. Back in like the days of disco, if you will. Okay. So we can pass on that. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm okay. Let's bring this. Now, I bring a lot of vintage, but I will bring contemporary when I think it meets my standards of something that's really pretty. That's really, that you all, not just me, but you, my friends, will like. And these are one of those. These are, let me try to get it straight. Let's see if I can, you know what? I just had a really good idea that I've never had before. That takes a village with me. Hold on. Look at that. These are amethyst and moonstone. I have not found a place on the back of them where it says 925, as in, you know, high quality sterling silver. Therefore, I do not think they are. I think it could be cheaper silver, or even just kind of plated. You see the wear on this one. And that could be just a matter of polishing, and it's on the back. But it is moonstone. It is amethyst. They are hanging. They're small. I'm going to put in a starting bid. They're really nice for what they are. I thought they were worth picking up and bringing to you all. This is in my medium price. Starting bid of 24. I just have to remember. StreamYard. And they're just enough and not too much, if you will. Just enough and not too much. And just the amethyst and the moonstone alone. And they do also swivel. This swivels. So when they're on your ear, this has a lot of movement, which also really attracts the eye and makes them more special because they have that movement and that play. Something I really like in jewelry. I like things to move and clang and dangle. So start at 24 for the amethyst and moonstone. earrings. How's everyone's night going? Rhonda, lover of Mustangs, part of my heart. I had such a good time back in the 70s. Dating myself here. How is it where you are? Is it, I'm sure it's evening by now. How's the weather? Decent? I hope. How's everyone else? Anyone else? How is your weather? I can hear the creek in that backyard. It has overflowed the bank. I can tell by it's so loud. I'm surprised you guys can't hear it. Cold. Yuck. I don't like cold. I don't like cold. I don't like wet. And I came home after being out in the rain and said that to my father. And he said, well, maybe you should live in the desert then where it doesn't rain at all. And I said, yeah, maybe I should. I think that would be good. Yeah, I need a little bit of water, obviously, to live, but man. So I put this together as, oh my God. Yeah. Oh, yes, Rhonda. You are not kidding. You are not kidding. I've been through the Dakotas on Amtrak a couple times in the winter. And I'm from the Carolinas, and I just know snow in me. It snows a little bit at my homestead a few times a year, but like, half an inch to an inch and it's gone. Higher above me, more, but no, just no, I can't. I'm not made like that. So this is a turn of the century. Well, okay, look. I'll tell you why I say this. This is a tortoise shell lucite carved bangle. The reason why I say turn of the century, and by that, at this point, 100 years old, it could be up to the 1920s. The reason why I say that is because of the color wave and the carving. See how that light? And the size. It's tiny. Anything this small, I know at the latest, it's the 30s, mostly. And generally, it means it's more Victorian era. These teeny tiny, because women were expected to be so little. I have had this piece for about 30 years, but because the diameter is so small, unless you have like small, slender hands and a wrist that is a size probably about 5, which a lot of you still do, but I do not. It's a collector's piece. So I collected this, and it has sat in my jewelry box for about 30 years, but it will never fit on my wrist again. It won't fit my daughter. So it's time to let it go. It says it's 2.5 inches in diameter. Now, and it is, and I put it together with something else, and it's 3/4 of an inch tall. It says it's 2.5 inches, but I want to say here that when something is 2.5 inches, I can generally get it over my wrist. So, and there's no way I could. It's not my rings. It won't go on. See that? So I have paired this piece with this. This is, of course, StreamYard is always upside down. Hold on. MBSF, Marjorie Bauer, San Francisco. She is a high-end designer who sources and uses materials that are all sustainable. She makes jewelry in the MCM and brutalist style. She has only a handful of people that work under her, so she doesn't mass produce. And she opened her studio about 30 years ago. I'm pretty sure this is a retired piece from hers, meaning it's one of her older pieces, but I can't be 100% sure. I will tell you why I say that. So it is hammered brass with this beautiful, again, like a tortoise shell kind of look, only this is more, I don't know, what would you call that? Because the black spots with the amber colored little bit of red. You wouldn't call it tortoise. You wouldn't call it a panther. I'm not really sure. Bumblebee? What about bumblebee? It's got really nice findings. It's very well constructed. And it's, again, it has that, oh, that didn't work. It has that play, that sway where you wear it, it's supposed to have motion. It's supposed to catch your eye. I think this is high quality resin. As you saw, it is a brooch. It does work. I'm going to put in the starting price after I put the pin in. So it's not, I don't know how that happened. I usually always close everything back up, put everything right back into a box or a bag. So you would get both these pieces, and I think they match. And if you're little, you can wear this, or you can give it to someone who is, or you can collect it, because I collect a lot of stuff. Starting price on the pair together, maybe lucite. Yeah, maybe lucite. I that's what I thought at first. But then when I went to her page and read stuff, the only thing that was vaguely close to this, because this was made a long time ago, said it was resin. But it feels more like lucite to me. But because her page had items like this and said resin, I'm like, well, it doesn't look like resin, but okay. Now, something you can't see, when I just put this flat, the resin or lucite has this beautiful deep red gold coming out because of the brass. So after it's 3 inches long with the brass and the other piece about 1.5 inches, the brooch, I'm going to see if I can show that to you. Do you see? There's kind of a depth of red and gold that comes out. So it's got, her stuff is meant to have play and depth and be very kind of MCM brutalist artistic, if you will. There, that kind of shows it. Okay, so the pair of this starts at $25. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for looking. I appreciate it. We'll see how far I get tonight on things I'm bringing and where things go. Let's see. We have got a lot going on here. What else do I have going on? Oh, I've brought this before. Let's do a buy it now on these of, oops, it would help if I, Interesting. Oh, I know what you're saying. At first I was like, what? But I got it. Yeah, Rhonda. I could see that. I could see that. Okay, these are buy it now for 10. I brought them all different prices. I don't know why they're not selling. So now they're buy it now $10. I think I paid more than that for these. These are cloisonné gold tone. To me, they look like orchids, even though the colors are, there's no blue orchids. There are purple and maroon. They're wire pierced. The back, hold on, Rhonda. The back is just like this. So I think these were probably made somewhere over, Italy, Europe, in the 90s, maybe the 2000s, but they are cloisonné and they are beautiful. I mean, these would have probably cost 25 or 30 new. So Rhonda, Carol, they're Carol's. Thank you, Carol. Aren't they pretty, Carol? I brought these at really high. I think the lowest I ever brought them was 12. And finally, I'm like, I'm just going to cost average. Thank you, Carol. Let me put, and then I'll answer your question. I promise. Cloisonné earrings. 10, buy it now. Carol, so that I don't keep mixing you up. Carol, what is the initial of your last name, please? So that at least I have that to go on in my 3 Carols in my list. Please tell me so I don't get it mixed up again. And thank you, Carol. Thank you very much. So Rhonda, I use, okay, there you go. Now I know who you are. Thank you. Rhonda, I use Pirate Ship to ship, and it's based on the weight, the size of the box. If it was like what I just sold to Carol, if it was just one pair of earrings like that in a box, I would put another layer of bubble wrap and then put it into a bubble mailer. I usually do, so I always do. Starting next week will be the beginning of another one. 2-week build-a-boxes so that you can come. I sell on Wednesdays and Fridays so that people can come and build a box with multiple items and then pay all at once for the shipping of all of that. Pirate Ship is a third less than USPS or UPS. And often I have a box and it's got one object in it and it weighs, 2/3 of a pound. I add in 2 or 3 pieces of jewelry and it gets right at a pound. And both of the prices would have been almost identical in shipping. It would have been $6 and something cents. But I add in that jewelry and it's still maybe only $6.60. So I generally do build-a-boxes to save you on shipping. And then I use Pirate Ship, which is a third less UPS or USPS. And that's the best shipping price I can give you. Now, you are in Minnesota, so you're far from me. So your shipping would be higher. You have to take that into account. But if you're getting items that are very light or a item in a mailer, as long as it's not, now listen, for instance, I would not mail the black check glass necklace in a bubble mailer, but I would put it in the smallest box possible, okay? And if someone ever buys from me and they want their item right away, They just have to email me and say, I want you to send it right away. I don't want you to build a box, you know, or it's a gift. I want you to send it to so-and-so, but bill me. I will do that. You just have to let me know what's happening in the email. So this is the end of my 2 weeks. Next week we'll start my new 2 weeks. Okay. I hope that helped. Thank you, Carol. Okay. It is pretty good. Jewelry is, and my household items are usually light as well, as much as possible. And jewelry is light. Jewelry is light. And so that's a good thing. Okay, so now we're moving back to medium. Going to medium. Okay. Right? Yes. wait. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I know why. I'm going to get really confused because I'm putting stuff back up instead of down. Oh, that's terrible. So I will keep opening it and bringing it. What is wrong with me? Sometimes I really have to ask that question. What is it? Okay. This is not joy, but this is beautiful. And I dropped the price to the lowest that I'm willing to drop it to. And whoa, that's supposed to be a $sign. Rhonda, I appreciate you asking all these questions because knowledge is power, and informed buyer, you're able to make the decisions that you need to make, especially, you know, right now with the holidays and with, you know, concerns about where the economy is going. So, you know, ask away. Okay, this starts at $33. This is labradorite. I showed it in my preview. I want you to see. There it is. There it is. It is all incredible purples and yellows. It's, to me, it's butterfly. It reminds me of a butterfly. This labradorite. If you're into this whole stone thing, labradorite is supposed to be a kind of balancing. It's a stability, right? That's what labradorite supposedly stands for. This is a really large piece, really nicely polished. The back is even polished, but it doesn't have the same color wave as the front. And I've said this before, there's this right here, there's the corners missing. That's just how it was cut. It's thicker on this side. So what I will say about this for the last time, because I'm going to wind up keeping this, 33 is a steal on this. Right before I got this, I was at a flea market and they had hearts half the size of this and half the thickness of labradorite, and they were $25. Labradorite is not expensive, but it is not cheap, and this piece is outstanding. So if you like blown glass, if you like looking at things in the sun that are beautiful, if you need stability, this is a great piece. And I can't go lower than 33. So I've brought it several times. What's going to happen? It's 2 1/4 inches. What's going to wind up and 1 1/2 inches wide by almost 1/2 inch thick at its thickest. What's going to happen with this piece is it's going to wind up going with my pretties. And maybe one day I'll bring it back and maybe not. Because I love labradorite and watermelon citrine. And this piece is just so outstanding. So if no one wants it for 33, it is going. Fact of the matter is I'm taking it out right now. Unless someone claims it by Sunday, it's mine. Okay. Labrador. All right. High end. Oh, and I showed this and no one was interested. The four-strand pearl necklace. I'm surprised about that. The freshwater pearls. I really thought someone would love that, but it's just me. Okay, this is this is an expensive piece. It's check glass in the blue, the dark blue, with, I don't know if the rhinestones are check glass or if they're just Australian. And this is not an inexpensive piece at all. That blue cut glass prong set, I am pretty sure is blue Czechoslovakian glass. And then it's got, see, the ring light's too much and then there's not enough light. It's a light blue rhinestones around it, the small, and these beautiful big round ones. Here's the edges. Some of you, I'm sure, have seen this before. Here's the clasp, fold over. Here's what it hooks onto. I believe this is very early 50s, quite possibly late 30s. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it in here. This is not inexpensive. It starts at $47. It's just one of the high-end people who wear and collect jewelry like this. They're looking for pieces like this all the time, and the bidding goes high. I know because I've bought a couple, and I mean, I paid up to $55 for a bracelet like this. And I bought recently 2, and I decided to try to sell this one. Here's the back. Obviously, there's no maker. I mean, you know, it's done extremely well. There's no damage. And it fits my wrist. So I'm thinking it's a 7.5. Let's see how long it is. 7. About 7. So it fits my wrist, but it's 7 inches. So let me put it on my wrist and snap it closed, because as far as I know, my wrist is a 7.5. So that makes me, and I've been measuring this stuff for a long time. I need to get one of those bracelet things, you know, instead of measuring just the length. Nope, it's a 7. It's a 7 because it will not snap easily on my wrist. So it's a size 7, which means it is about the end of a lady's small. The end of a lady's small. Really wonderful piece. I know it's high end. It's got so much definition and sparkle. It's going to go to the right person one day. And in the meantime, I will just keep it with my stuff. I haven't shown it in about a month and a half, 2 months. So I thought I'd bring it back and show it. Okay, let's bring this little household guy. Let's bring this little household guy. Thank you, everyone who's still here. Rhonda, lurk away. I'm fine with that. Okay. This piece I have brought at much higher prices. And today, I'm in a mood. So, I'm in a mood. I told myself last night, I was like, I am just going to cost average and hope I actually sell some stuff and try to move it because I need money for the holidays. So he starts at 14. Y'all have seen him. He is a beautiful light sea green, polished, carved glass walrus. He has no bumps, chips, cracks, nothing. See his flippers? Yep. And then his legs, though, start to remind me of frog legs, but that's okay. He's a walrus. I am the walrus. They are the walrus. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Anyone know what I'm talking about? And he's really well done. His color is just, he shines. He's beautiful. There's no tag on him. So I have not a clue, who the maker is, if it's recycled glass. I no idea, but I loves him. I know that. Nobody would buy him at 20. Nobody would buy him at 16. So, yep, you know that song. I grew up with that. Playing in my living room. And he turns different, like green to blue in the light. Like right now, when he's sitting down, when he was on the computer, he's green up here and then down here, blue. And for a while, I thought he was maybe that, not Vindidium. The glass changing color that's not from the sun, but the other type for a while, because he changes colors in these blues and greens. So he is, and I see Carol is in. And I'm trying to measure him in the weirdest way. That's just never going to work. Oh, and look, his eyes are like cut like little diamonds. So they have like, even though they're flat, see that? They're faceted. I never noticed that till just now. He's 3 inches tall, 2.5 inches long. So if anyone else is interested, this is, I'm telling you, bottom steal a deal for the holiday prices. Fair warning, you'd have to come in at 15 or higher. Last call. See how there's like a blue? See his leg, how it's blue? There you go. He's a fascinating little guy, and he's so smooth. I loves him, but he needs to go to another home because I bought him. My rule is 9 out, 1 I can keep. So I buy 10. I can keep 1. 9 needs to go out. Period. Sold to Carol for 14. Yay, Carol. I will wrap him really well so none of his flippers or his little eyes get hurt. He needs to go. I don't even want to put him. I'm going to put him next to my bowl of sold items because I don't want him in another glass bowl. Thank you, Carol. I really appreciate that. Now, Carol, hold on. Yes. Carol, you also bought, because I'm an idiot and didn't write it down, but I know it was you, but I just am verifying the check black glass. I just didn't even put it on my list, which is just ridiculous. Carol, I believe it. I'm a little stressed out with the flooding. So, Carol, I just wrote down that you bought that for $21. So I'm pretty, yeah, okay. I'm like, brain, stop forgetting. I forgot. I don't know. That's an ASL, American Sign Language. I forgot. I don't know. Yep. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Going back, let's do this little kitty. Let's do this little kitty. And he's going to be a buy it now for, I don't know if I paid more for this little guy or not, but again, cost averaging today, cost averaging tonight. I mean, I've been watching my sales have been flat this 2 weeks. And I've been watching all my other reseller friends, of which I have a lot. And with the exception of 1 or 2, their sales are like maybe a third of the 40 or 50 items they bring, maybe. And it's just across the board. It's not me. It's the holidays. It's rough out there. Here's the little kitty brooch. He's got orange eyes, a rhinestone collar. He appears to be standing on his tail. You know, cats do stuff like that. I don't know. My cat does all kinds of weird stuff. He's got good detail. I love his whiskers. He has no markings on the back. Gold tone. You know, the clasp doesn't stick out. It's just a rollover. But I think he's probably late 90s, possibly early 90s. And he is, there you go. He's a good size. And if you wear flannels nonstop like me, perfect. I wear flannel shirts, everything since my, good Lord, since my teenage years. I always have a flannel shirt on. Well, not in the summer. No, that's not true. Even in the summer, I'll have a really thin, older, like Pendleton. Yep. I was always a country girl at heart, raised in the city, but man, the minute I was able to get out of here, I did. Never look back. He's 1.5 inches long. So if anyone changes their mind or watches on the replay, Mr. Orange-Eyed Kitty is $8. And I will put him down here. And, you know, if there's anyone here who was, here on Wednesday and they're interested in any of the like jewelry items or other that I brought on Wednesday, you could put it in the chat now. And, because I still have all those items right down on my second shelf. I haven't had a chance to clear it out. Okay. So what are these under here? There's also another item that I didn't look up. I didn't have time. And I brought it for a lot of money on Wednesday. It's way down this time. Because I made a mistake. And I have told, ooh, this is beautiful. I have I always tell people, if you buy something from me and you get it and you look at it and you're like, Lucinda's so wrong. That is not Victorian. That is not actually vintage. It's a repop. That's not tiger's eye. It's resin. I don't know. Whatever it is, communicate it to me, because I am not ever trying to make money off you by charging you top of the line prices or misleading you. 80% of what I say, I know with 90% certainty. 20% is my best educated guess. So I can be wrong. I can be wrong. And if you ever buy something and you feel like I am way out of line, email me. Email me. Now this is only a medium price, but it's verging on high. It's Victorian. I'm going to put it on Dolly first. It is incredible. I bought this big lot of jewelry from someone, and I took a chance, and a lot of it was just kind of more modern and more maybe junk, not the type of thing I sell. There was 2 things that were in there that were outstanding. This is one of them. I wish I could turn off my overhead light, but then it would be too dark. This is a Victorian green check glass set into, I'll show you in a minute, white glass to stabilize the green pieces with this large kind of wire wrap filigree look. And you see up here this unusual way that it was connected. And then it's just silver tone. That I did my research on this, and I found, here's the clasp. It's a tiny, tiny thin chain. I did my research on this, and I was able to find 3 pieces that were similar in design and style with the green glass, check glass, definitely Victorian, but one person has a necklace like this, and they say what I thought at first. They have it listed as very unusual. The green glass stones are in white plastic, but she called it Victorian. I actually messaged her and said, that is not plastic. It is a modeled white glass. Tap it on your teeth, check it out, and relist it, because everything you're saying is wrong. Your price is wrong. Look at that. Let me show you. I'm going to put a start in, and then I'm going to show you all the individual details. I couldn't believe this piece was in here. And this is how much she's asking with the wrong numbers. But because I'm doing a cost average tonight, and because I got this in a lot for a good price, I'm going to give you guys a break on pricing. So let me show you this. Look at the back. I want you to see the work. And now here we get to what she was calling, and what I at first thought was, white plastic. It does look like someone just stuck these let's see, where is a hanging one? Here you go. It does look like someone just stuck these in plastic, but there wasn't even plastic in the Victorian era. I mean, let's get real. This is an opaque glass molded and melted around the green stones. That is glass. So all of these are Czechoslovakian green inset in this melted white glass in this large filigree worked piece. So what I imagine when I look at this, I imagine like a Downton Abbey person wearing an imitation of like a set of the Queen's jewels, right? Look at how many sparkles and faucets are in those green stones. Look at that. It is, look at all the cuts. And it is emerald green. It's gorgeous. It's just simply gorgeous. And it is not modern. Who in the heck puts these incredible green rhinestones into melted white glass with all this filigree work? It's not an artisan piece. It is Victorian. And I knew that when I picked it up, and I knew it was special, but I did my homework anyway. Is that right? Yeah. So it comes to just the top of everything. It's not, again, on my screen, it's not showing very well. Hopefully it's showing well in the YouTube world. See, and you see that this end piece, that is a very old way to bend and wrap and connect. Yeah. Think about it, y'all. I will give you a link and then I will move on. I just want to put it back together and put it back in its box. When you are, well, at least for me, in selling jewelry and collecting and wearing jewelry, everything stays clasped together and in a box or an organza bag at all times. And I take the time to do that even during my sales, because metal brushes up against plastic. Different metals brush up against each other. A glass knocks into another glass, and now it's ruined. And it's just, it's better to take the time to do it right, even though it takes away from my time with you. 7, 11. So each side with the drop, let's just do that again. 7. Yeah, 11 inches each side. So 22, and it comes to right here. Right here. So it's a good size. It's a good size, and it's just stunning. It kind of reminds me of the Queen's jewels and like a peacock in a weird way. I can't. India, like, you know, when the British Empire owned India, it kind of gives me that vibe. Okay, so let's put it away. See, I have its red gift box. Everything comes in a box like this or an organza bag. Victorian green. necklace, and I started it. I'm writing this down. I usually don't write all this stuff down, but in case someone comes back around and wants to claim it, you know, I want to have it right. Okay. Let's do this high-end piece. Okay, this is another totally unexpected find, and I am bringing it for a very good price. I love it. I've been wearing it since I found it, but it's a little too big for my finger where I want to wear it. It's just a little too big, and I love it, but I'm afraid I'm going to wind up losing it. I was pleasantly surprised. When I first looked at this, I thought, oh, that is a crystal, that a rhinestone crystal that has gone bad. The foil is missing or something. It's, you know, it's a piece of crap. What a bummer. How weird. But then the black stones, I don't know if these are stones, onyx, or if they're glass, okay? I do not know. I don't have a stone tester. But I continued looking at this, and I noticed it was mounted really well, and the band was silver. And I was like, okay, well, wait a minute. And look how big that is. Let's do some more investigating. So I looked on the inside, and I found a name. Where is it? Let's find the name, and then 925. Here it is. It's over here, and I'll try to show you. It says Deb. This is not always easy. Whoa. That's hilarious. I wonder if it's backwards. StreamYard and me. Come on. Deb Goyer. Let's just trust me. It says Deb Goyer. Guyor. 925. So it is sterling silver. And hi, Cheryl. I do see you. Hello, hello. I do. I see you, Cheryl. So this is 925 sterling silver. I don't know, again, if this is glass or onyx, but what is this stone that's encased in sterling silver? It's, and Rhonda, I bet you know about this. Anyone in Arkansas, Alabama, Georgia area will know. It's a Herkimer diamond. Herkimer diamond. So what the heck does that mean? Well, I know about these because I have distant cousins who live in Arkansas who go hunting for Herkimer diamonds. It is a type of quartz that is very, so that's why there's that line and all that different stuff going on in there. It is a type of quartz that is very close to the same qualities as a diamond, very close, but not quite. And so the person who found it was Herkimer, and this woman is still in business, and this ring, brand new, would be about $90. Herkimer diamonds, they are found in Arkansas. Yep, it's a fact, and it's beautiful, and it's a big size. It's a big size, which is, it's a big size. Well, no wonder it doesn't fit me. It's very unusual to ever find rings this large for women, period. I don't care if it's vintage or modern. This I'm going to go with comfortably is 11 and a half. But if I turn it, it really is all the way down at 12. And I believe that because this finger is not a size 12. This is a 7.5 to an 8. So this is not a 12. And this ring moves around and feels like it wants to come off on my largest finger. So this is less than half of what it would be new. And it's just simple but elegant sterling silver. The stones are encased in sterling silver, making me think that this black stone is probably onyx. And then the Herkimer diamond. And it's got no backing because there's all the different inclusions. See, now that's the thing. Diamonds are not supposed to have inclusions. If diamonds have any inclusion, it lowers them in value. They have to be pure. There's a hardness. There's a sparkle. There's different colors. Whereas Herkimer diamonds have that same kind of hardness, etc., but they have the different natural inclusions. So we cannot call them diamonds. Good night, Claudia. Thank you. Oh my goodness, you're in Miami? Yeah, it's time for you to go to bed. I go to bed after this. So think about this. I think this would be a beautiful holiday gift for someone you know with a little bit larger fingers, and just put it, I send it in a gift box, little ring box. It looks like this. And there's your stocking stuffer. There's a main gift for someone you love. Daughter-in-law. How about yourself? It's it's sterling. It's 925. Yes, it is, Rhonda. It is. And I did say, hold on, Cheryl. Oh, Cheryl, hold on. You can. Now, what did I start? This I started at 36. Now, but I said 43. Now, wait a minute. That's not right. No, I started this at 43. Why did I not? I did never type that in. Let me type it in just to have it as a reminder for me. That was it. And then I put 45. Y'all, sometimes, let's do that again. Sometimes I just have to wonder, where is my brain? So that ring started at 43. Okay, now, Cheryl, you want the brooch and bracelet for 25? Absolutely. I was really surprised that you're speaking of the MBSF and the Victorian tortoise shell, correct, Cheryl? Just tell me, please, ma'am. Didn't I write it down? I didn't. MB and bracelet to Cheryl W for 25. Cheryl? Yes. Okay. Got it, Cheryl. I got it. And my apologies for not putting the price of that ring in that whole time. I know I said the price, but then I got so busy explaining Herkimer diamonds and all that I just never put the price in. Oh, man. Okay. Going back to low. See? Low, medium, high. Low, medium, high. It seems to have a flow. Thank you, Cheryl. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm sorry I didn't see that earlier. And yes, Rhonda, that ring is sterling. It says 925 in it. And if you were interested, I know your budget's tight. If you email me later and you send all your information and all that, and you want it, I will double check it again and even take like a photo if I can and send it to you. Okay. I scored when I went to Starbucks in the pouring down like deluge of, I got soaked instantly rain. I went and bought my coffee, which usually one like this is 2 days for me. I put it in the fridge, I heat it up in the morning. They had just made a coffee that was a mistake. And the lady came over to me and said, would you like to take this home as well? And I was like, heck yeah. So I don't have to leave the house again for 48 hours, except to go sourcing for my Black Friday show. Okay, so this is mother of pearl / abalone, right? Mother of pearl is abalone cuff. And I am going to start it at a low price today. So I'm just going to put it in. Yeah. See, I could keep wearing it on that one finger, but I'm always nervous that it moves a little. And because it's so beautiful, I'm just like, yeah, no. This speaks for itself. Pink, and I know, Rhonda, you're also talking and lurking, and that's, like I said, fine. Don't worry about it. This is a place where community can come together that loves vintage and hang out and chat and learn and ask questions. Friday is my show and tell, where I get to play and hang out with all of you. And, you know, it's not just a hard hustle. It's a time where I get to kind of slow down and enjoy myself. So this is just a beautiful, very soft, simple but elegant blues, pinks, whites, mother of pearl. Based on the way that this is one solid piece, but they cut it like that to give it some kind of look. Not sure why, but they did. And based on the fact that that was done, I don't think this is more than 20 years old. I don't. So I can't really call this vintage, but I can say that it's vintage style. It's really nice, thick pieces of the mother of pearl. It's got beautiful colors, and it's so comfortable on your wrist. Oh my gosh. Again, I have a 7. It says 7.5 wrist, and look at how much the cuff right there is off my wrist. So I believe that this would go to an 8, possibly an 8.5, which is a lady's medium, easily. Look how pretty this is. Whenever I do this, I feel like Power Rangers, something. Wonder Woman. I don't know. And it's just silver tone. It's $18. It's worth every penny. I know when you tap it, this was probably $30 to $40 in a store, new. And, you know, the holiday theme, the whites with the colors and the holiday lights, perfect. I will give you a inner dimension, but I'm telling you, with that much give on my wrist, it's an 8 to an 8.5. And I think I went through this with this cuff, measured it the other day, and was really surprised because it says 2.5 inches on the inside of the cuff, which would mean it was just like about a 7.5. but there's all that open room on my wrist. And I think it's, so from front to back, 2.5. I think it's because of the extreme oval shape. There's a way in which they made this really comfortable because there's a good 1/4 of an inch room off my wrist here. So it would fit up to a small medium, just the beginning of medium, 8, maybe 8.5. And it is 2.5 inches inside, but it's bigger than that. It's deceiving, and 1 inch tall. 1 inch tall. Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone who's here. I appreciate it. Okay. We're running down. You know what? I'm going to show this again as one of my, it's going to be this. It's on the lower end, but I love this thing. Maybe that's why I'm not able to sell it, because I really, really like it. It's so no matter what, I don't think I'm pricing it too high at all. If anything, I think I'm pricing it too low, but this is only the second time I've showed it. I showed it on Wednesday and I'm showing it again. So here is the stretch metal ring. Okay. And this one, if I remember correctly, is like a size 9 or 8.5. And look what it is. I mean, this whole kind of style is so hot right now. It's a lizard. It's a lizard with his little feet. He's covered in really nice quality rhinestones. He's got his tail. Look at his face with his black rhinestone eyes. He's just silver tone. He's not sterling silver. He's from probably the 70s, late 60s, because of this band. Late 60s, maybe early 70s. Maybe. I have this memory of like my friend's mother with these metal stretch rings. And this is not stretched out of shape at all. And let's put it on my pinky. Oh my God. It just walks up your hand and it's totally comfortable. Look at the tail. If this doesn't sell here, I'm going to bring it to Black Friday. And I will be asking more on Black Friday. Because right now I'm asking rock bottom price. I've had him for a long time. And he is long. And then I'll put him on the ring sizer. He is 3 inches long. So realistic. Lizards, lions, tigers, all that stuff that's really long or that hangs over you, or that's a belt or the necklace that comes together, in a loop, is really trending right now. So let me tell you what size he is. And this is a buy it now today of 18. But then I'm going to bring him to Black Friday. And I'm going to be asking a start of about 25. And he's going to sell. So see, I can push this metal band down totally comfortably. It's barely spread out. It's not worn at all. Like someone had this and I don't think they wore it. It just came out of their jewelry box. And he is at that pushed over to the side. He is, wait a minute. That's the European. Golly, why is that? $8.5. and he's just starting to get stretched out. So if you want it comfortable, he can go to a 7. He could even go to a 6. This pinky is about a 6.5. So it just depends on what you want to do. But I mean, come on. It's just me, but I love him. So he is now, unless someone claims him by Sunday, he's going over to my Black Friday. Or it's not mine. It's the one that I have been invited to participate in on Black Friday on the Traveling Buttons channel with her husband, David, Junk Drunk Mantiques, and Uniquely Rochelle, Miss Karen Chasing Vintage, and Stephanie from Vintage Chickie Shop. And if you know the Traveling Button and David, if you know Rochelle, if you know Stephanie, kitsch, kitsch, kitsch. I mean, Christmas and other like Holt Howard, incredible kitsch. I will be bringing some MCM and kitsch for Christmas, but also higher end jewelry. I'm only bringing like 10 pieces, and some will be choice, but I am bringing jewelry. Okay, hold on one second. Sorry, people. I've been having my back. I have like some arthritis and some fibromyalgia for 25 years. And when it rains like this, the barometric pressure going up and down, it's like arthritis. It just really throws me out. And I spent the last day and a half in bed. And I got up today and I was like, okay, it doesn't matter how I feel. I got my big sail, and sure enough, the big sail is here, and it's the most rain we've had yet. And I'm like, just push through. Just get her done. Okay. I've got these little things hiding over here. Oh, see, I brought this already because I wasn't putting it back down. Shame on me. Oh, let's do this. Another buy it now. $15. I love this. But I say that about almost every single, don't I? Hey, y'all, check me in the chat. Check me. Seriously. Do I not say that I love this, or this is incredible, or this is just so fantastic? Like every single item, because I feel like I do. And I noticed it last week, and I thought, boy, that's annoying. I need to get some new language. This is terrible. I cannot say that nonstop. This is a repop of the classic. Oops, sorry, you guys. I just shook you all around. This is a repop of the classic 1970s black resin or lucite rose rings. Look how much it's raised up. Do you all remember poison rings? Oh, when I was a teenager, poison rings were all the rage. I mean, I never owned, well, I did. I think I finally got one when I was about 16. But all my other friends had already found them, and these were vintage. I mean, poison rings go way, way back. So you had to find one at a thrift store or other places. And all my girlfriends had one except me. And I finally got it when I was 17, and I lost it within a year. And I'm so bummed. So this is just like that huge black rose silver tone. And every time I have one that's mine. I bought 3. So one is mine and 2 are being sold. And every time I have it on, I want to open it up like a poison ring, but it doesn't open up. So buy it now. $15. Excellent price. You got a teenager in your life, they want this. Are you like me and you wear tons of jewelry all the time? You want this. Yes, Rhonda. See, Rhonda, you and I could be good friends. Rhonda, I'm not kidding. Did you grow up in California or have you always lived out there? We could be buddies. Poison rings were like, and we always joked about like actually putting something in there and being able to pull the hinge open and drop it in someone's coffee. I mean, like we would ever do that. We would not, but it was fun to speculate. So it is, a 7, almost a 7.5. Let's call it a 7.25. Okay. I'd be more comfortable calling it a 7.25 than a 7.5. Mine is 8.5, and it fits on this finger, and I love it. I don't have it on right now. I have too much jewelry to wear it all at once. So the rose sticks out from the band an entire inch. So, I mean, it's this Baltic Amber one is like less than half an inch. So this rose is beautiful. And the tweens to like 14, 15, and the 80s generation are really into this vintage look. So you got a girl who's into goth or rock. Perfect gift, low price. Okay. Oh, mood rings, puka shells. I have puka shells. I have puka shell necklaces that all the guys wore and the girls, the surfer kids, right? With the Beach Boys and all that. And mood rings. Yeah. Oh, and Washington. Well, there you go. Washington. Yep. No wonder. Okay. All right. These I bought at much too high of a price because I didn't do my research. And now I have. And if I would have sold these, I would have revamped the invoice promptly for someone. So this, and it's beautiful. And I still think so I'll tell you my story. I still think on Wednesday, I asked 48. Then I went on eBay and started doing my deep dive research. Here's the thing. eBay is millions of sellers, right? Millions. And so they take the median price of what things are selling for. And unless it's like a super hot, really rare item that can be sold for, the hundreds or whatever, and is consistently like that and rare, it brings everyone's prices down. So everyone expects to find it at that lower median or average price. Okay, fair. But not fair because they're not taking into account the quality, the value, whether it's trending right now in the 6-month window of time, the workmanship, the craftsmanship. There's a lot of things. So I take eBay, Etsy, forget about it. Poshmark, forget about it. But I even take eBay with a grain of salt. So even if I had sold these for 48, I would have gone back to someone at 48 and said, you know what, I'll do it for 35 today, because, you know, blah, blah, blah. But today, 24 start because I'm cost averaging. And I love these. And, you know, I think 35 would have been perfectly fine to ask as well. These are alpaca silver Mexico. So what is alpaca, if you don't know? It's nickel silver. So it's a lower count, lower grade of silver, alpaca, with abalone, mother of pearl, and crushed blue rubies. That blue is a crushed blue ruby mineral. Now, what I want to say about the crushed blue ruby mineral is that, so for instance, I have a necklace that is a ruby. Is that right? Ruby. Wait a minute. Blue sapphire. It can't be ruby. Not ruby. Oh my God, y'all. Blue. Okay, because I have a ruby mineral with zionite necklace, and it is a type of ruby in Tanzania, is the only mine there is, and it is ruby, but it's a mineral that cannot be crushed, and the pieces aren't big enough to be actual cut stones. And this is the same. I think I'm trying to say sapphire. Okay. So again, in saying that, it is a mineral sapphire. It is not the expensive precious stone sapphire. I just want to be really clear about that. Nonetheless, it's semi-precious and it's beautiful. These are pierced earrings. Maritza, hola, ¿cómo está? There's the alpaca, silver. They are pierced. They are concave, and they are large and in charge. Hey, Picasso cat, Kathy. Thank you, honey. What are you making for dinner? That's what I want to know. I'm having a arugula. I went out and bought it in this crazy pouring deluge of 2.5 inches of rain we're getting in Berkeley today. I went and bought an arugula strawberry radish salad with goat cheese and like a strawberry dressing. Oh, and avocado. Yeah. Ooh, homemade pizza. Do you have a pizza oven? Girl, everyone has those pizza ovens. I need to get a pizza oven one day. I only eat fish. I don't eat other meat anymore. And I eat a lot of tofu. But you can make delicious vegetarian pizza. No pizza oven. But you're still making, okay, I don't know how you do that. So right there is where it says Alpaca, Mexico. These are from the 70s. These are from the 70s. And they're beautiful. And they start at 24. Look at those. You know someone who loves this type of design, who loves 70s, who loves all the stuff that, you know, made in Mexico. They made some, and still do, make some incredible stuff. Perfect stocking stuffer. And I will tell you how big across they are. They are 1 1/4 in diameter. So they're a good size. And right now they start at 24. They, I thought that was a good price. I even lowered it. I was going to start them at 29. And I decided 24 for tonight. Next time I bring them, which might be after the holidays. I'm not sure. They'll be back up to about 29. Okay. Ugh. Enjoy your pizza, Kathy. And hey, if you see Becky before I do, please say hello. And Kathy, I don't know if you know anything about this. Maybe you could email me if you are with another reseller doing a Black Friday. I was reached out to, and then it just disappeared. And the reason why I'm asking, and we're not going to talk about names, I'd like you to email me. I'm worried if they're okay, because it was really clear they wanted to do a Black Friday. I'm already doing one. I was going to do two. And then, and not only me, but in my friend, and then they just disappeared and never answered anything. And I was just like, what's happening? So I'm worried about them. So maybe you could send me, okay. I'm concerned. I'm just concerned. But if you see Becky, tell her hi. You and me and Becky need to do a sale. Let's talk about it after the holidays. Okay? Let's talk about it after the holidays. So this is very cool. And again, because I'm doing a cost average, it's going to be the best price I brought it. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in. And Kathy, you could send me how to make homemade pizza in just the oven without your high fired special wood burning pizza thing next to the stove. Yeah, Kathy, 100%. I understand. Yeah, no, I'm thinking we should do something in January, the three of us. I think that would be great. And even, hey, what about with Calypso Cat? The four of us. We could do like a let's talk. Okay. So this starts at 30. Let me find the sterling silver mark. This thing is, I can't believe I still have this. All I can think of is either people don't like marcasite, or I know I wasn't asking too much money. I mean, I haven't asked like a huge amount above and beyond. There is the 925. This is vintage. It has, I don't know why it hasn't sold. It has the clasp that, okay, so the clasp I have it backwards so it doesn't like me. It's articulated. It goes in like this. It also has this locking mechanism that locks down over, but this is hard to show like this, locks down over that little ball after you put it closed, and it has a safety chain. So they have gone to the lengths of making sure that this closes and is locked in 3 different ways. It is pure sterling silver, and it's articulated, so it's got lots of movement, and it's marcasite, almost in like a Celtic cross kind of pattern. It's beautiful. I mean, I've only been asking like 35. I think I started asking 40. And then I dropped it to 35. And now it's at 30. And that is rock bottom price that I can go. It's beautiful. And again, I'm trying to be in that holiday theme of the silver and gold and the sparklies, right? So that's the other thing. See, I'm older. so I can't close things as well. But if it was closed, it would be, seriously, if it was closed, it would drop down about that far on my wrist. It's beautiful. I don't know what else to say about it. I'll give you the dimensions. Good night, Picasso. Have a great evening. Thank you for popping in and giving me a thumbs up. Here's the back. See the articulated pieces? It's very reminiscent of the 50s, but I suspect this piece is from the 70s or 80s. Marcasite was pretty big in the 80s. Extremely well made. Do not know the maker. I tried researching it several times. The problem is there's a lot of marcasite out there in bracelets in similar designs but totally different, because marcasite is a semi-precious black gray stone, and you can find marcasite often not on a solid sterling silver, but not on every part of this is sterling silver. So $30 is not even how much you would pay for the sterling silver, because it's a heavy, this is actually a heavy piece. And there's just something that reminds me of Irish. I don't know why, but that's how I feel about it. So, yeah, thank you, Rhonda. I love it too. And I could wear it, but you know, my rule is 9 out, 1 I can keep. And this is Gabby. Hey, Gabby. Hi, you lurking back there, lady? Gabby knows this is a good deal, Gabby. Hi, Gabby. I haven't seen you in forever. I have not been able. I am so tired between taking care of my 87-year-old dad and trying to really rock this small business so that it gets bigger eventually. I haven't seen Miss Pam hardly at all for months. And she is like my rock. She is like, she's been there since COVID, praying for first my mother and then my father. I miss the heck out of Miss Pam. I need to just send her an email. You know, I need to just send her an email. So it's 2.5 inches in diameter. And on my wrist right here is 7.5. So again, even though it's only 2.5, I think it's about an 8. So it's right at the beginning of a lady's medium. She is so awesome, Gabby. And I can't believe, I just can't believe that it's been like 3 months or so. I was every Saturday night. She was my night. And I feel terrible. So listen, fair warning, y'all. If anyone else is interested, you need to come in at 31 or higher. Last call. Look at holiday. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. Sold to. Oh, I just did something so funny. My gosh. Me and technology. It really. I'm waiting for the date. Sold to Gabby for 30. Thank you, Gabby. When I get to 500, which I would love to do by the end of December, it's not going to happen. But when I do, I really need a mod, because every time I touch something, it all goes to heck and back. It's just preposterous. Hey, Gabby, thank you so much. No missing stones. Absolutely not. If there was a missing stone, I would tell you. And I bought this from a really reputable person. So no, heck no. And I'll tell you what, you find a missing stone, you let me know. Because I don't do that. I don't do that, Gabby. Gabby, honey, I don't think I have your info. And if I do, it was a while ago. So it's possible. I know I have your phone number, but I mean, I don't have your like shipping address. Could you just send it over to me tonight, honey? Like after you eat your tacos? And please, please, please tell Miss Pamela. If y'all don't know Miss Pamela at Oak Grove Mercantile, she's on Saturday nights, and you need to go watch her. She is the sweetest, kindest, funniest woman, and with just fantastic stuff for really inexpensive prices. And she puts them together in this wonderful way. Her daughter and her daughter's husband, they're just all fabulous. Saturday nights, Oak Grove Mercantile. Go subscribe, check her out. And Gabby, tell her I said hi and that I love her. Thank you so much. Okay, so now I'm going to bring a low end, and I'm doing a lot of this like this tonight. Thank you all for continuing to be here. I just appreciate you all so much. And I'm getting through my pile pretty good. Like I said, this is the end of my 2-week Build-A-Box. And then I will reiterate and at the very end the whole thing. But next week, unless I do a drop sale, I'm having no sales at all except the Black Friday marathon. I'm going to try to do a drop sale. But here's what I found with me and drop sales. I do a drop sale and I get like a lot of likes. I get thumbs up. But I don't get anyone buying. So unless I can do like a pop-up this weekend, but I have to go source this weekend, I don't think there's going to be another opportunity to buy any of my jewelry until the beginning of December. Now that'll be too late. It won't be too late for holiday gifts, but it's pushing it. So just another heads up. This is that 1970s copper Native American. I forgot. I think this is a Navajo design. This is patina, as far as I know, because here's the inside. It says in there, genuine copper. This was late 70s. Copper was huge at all the little trading posts. Everyone I knew wore copper in the 70s. And a lot of it was done by Native Americans. This could just be kind of a repop Renoir look as well. And it is genuine copper. It is solid copper. See the band? So where you see this, that's not where the copper is gone because it's one solid piece of copper. At least that is what I see. And I never, let's do it right now. I never clean up patina on brass, silver, gold, copper. I just don't do it. And that's just my preference. I kind of like patina, but you couldn't find Oak Grove Mercantile? An error occurred on YouTube. This is usually temporary. Okay, that was weird. Why YouTube? I'm not even on YouTube. I'm on good Lord. I think I said 16. YouTube, I'm in StreamYard. Oh, it is Pamela Blanchard is her YouTube. Thank you, Gabby. I was about to say, maybe I'm thinking IG versus YouTube. Thank you. So Rhonda, did you see that? Okay. Yeah, she's awesome. And then the Traveling Button Marathon from 2 o'clock Eastern until, man, like 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Just wear your jammies, have your eggnog, snuggle up in bed, watch my short. It's not mine. It wasn't made by me. I'm not that good of a content creator. But watch the short on my channel about the sale. I've watched it like 3 times a day since it was made. It's hilarious. Okay, so I just spent a little bit of time rubbing at that spot that had twice as much with a napkin, and it's more than halfway off. So it's patina. It is, you're welcome. There you go, 8 o'clock Eastern. Thank you, Gabby. Gabby, you're not a mod. And yeah, Saturday night. Yep. So this is a start. This is a buy it now of 16. Oh, I haven't even put it on my wrist. That would help, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that help? Y'all could see how big it is. Sorry about that. I'm putting it on my dominant hand because I have my beautiful green jade glass Taxco Mexico 1950s bracelet. I've had the matching pin forever. And then a reseller brought this, and I was like, you're kidding. I mean, I've had that pin like 30 years. I had no idea there was other jewelry that matched it. So, and then I bought it, and the clasp that squeezes in there stopped working, and she actually knows how to work with metals, and I sent it back, and she fixed it for free. I just got it back, and I'm so excited. So here it is on. It's just a really nice copper bracelet. 16 bucks. Yeah, green onyx. Yeah, green onyx. They call it green onyx. They call it green glass jade. There's, Rhonda, you're not wrong. There is so many. There's like 3 different things that this is called. So you're not wrong. Okay, we'll pass on that. I mean, I've literally heard every reseller that has anything with this in it call it a different derivative of that name. So, like, hands up, whatever, y'all. Let's call it what you want. I'm good. Ooh, these are pretty. I have pierced ears. And clips I can wear for about an hour before they start hurting because I have several holes and I'm older. But that said, and I'm doing cost average. Right. That's right. It is. It's a type of Pyrex. 100%. You are very knowledgeable. Do you sell jewelry? Did you used to sell jewelry? Yeah. So I cannot wear clip-ons on my ears for very long. But what I can do with something like these is I can wear them as shirt clips, shoe clips. I can put them on a torque at one and wear it as a pendant. You can wear it in your hair as a barrette. There's multiple uses for these beautiful clip-ons. And there's faux pearls. These stones are like a lilac, blue to purple wave. Really good quality. Look at the colors. And I'm telling you, I would normally be bringing something like this, these clip-ons, for about 15. Ooh, it has a name. Look at that. I didn't even know they were signed. So let's see. You do on Whatnot. Oh, tacos? Gabby, go eat your tacos. And Gabby, I got to get back on Whatnot. I need to hit you up and talk to you about it because YouTube is, it's not enough. So I'll get back with you. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Okay, they are signed. I love this. They're signed under the clip, and then I try to read it. I'm pretty sure that is BSA, not ESA, but BSA. And that is a thing. That is a good quality of costume jewelry maker. But I got to tell you that at this moment, I can't remember who that is. Where'd it go? Come on, it's right there. Oh my gosh. So hard to do this. It's right there. Yes, Gabby sells on Whatnot, and she's incredible. She's got great stuff. If you ever go to Whatnot, you should check her out. Okay, I'm not doing a very good job of showing you, but right there is the BSA. And if you look up vintage BSA in capitals with periods after it, jewelry, you'll find it. So that's what and it says it on, or it might be RSA. It's one or another. Great puddling. The stones look very much like Australian crystals. Absolutely gorgeous lilac, blue, ABs, silver tone. Start at 10. Very inexpensive for these. Okay. I love the colors of those stones. Okay. Almost finished, and I so appreciate all of you hanging out. I am going to move over here to an item. So let me put that lilac clips 10. Okay, this is an antique Victorian vase. Okay, it's high end. And I do have a question about it, but I also didn't research it. So, that's on me. But I have wondered about this. I don't want the ring light on this at all. Okay, when I'm holding this right now, you see on this side the opalescent yellow. This whole vase is opalescent like that. But because of the light, it just doesn't show well. You can kind of see it in these ruffles. Hold on. I just felt this one place is sharp. But I just want to make sure it's not broken. No, it's not. Okay, so if you look down in it, you can see the opalescence as well, right? And this crimping You can see all the, maybe with the ring light a little bit. Yeah. So there's the pink, but then there's also the opalescent in the lines in between the crimping. And listen to this sound. Do you hear that high pitched? Hear that high pitched ring? That is because there is lead crystal in here to get, there's the opalescent. See it in the crimping? See that yellowish color, orange yellow? Yeah. I believe, well, I know this was made in probably in Europe by a company like, it's either Smith and Williams or Williams and Smith, but I think Smith and Williams, where they added crystal to their glass when they blew it to create this opalescent effect. Now, there is one piece of these crimps that is sharp, but where'd it go? Oh, right here. But both of the pieces at the end are very pointed sharp, and that piece, wherever it was, it's just not quite filed down enough. It's not, it's just one little place that's not smooth. So there's the inside. Now here's my big question about this. This is like a textured, I don't know what. There's the yellow, a splotch of blue, the white, and the blue. Now, here's the bottom. It's got a ground pontil. It also has a very typical thing that the turn of the century glass would have, which is a little bit of the fritz or the ash would often be still in the bottom in the pontil. Sometimes even coming up as high as here, just one or two pieces, because the molds were so hot and they were blowing it. And that's just the ash, the feld, the fritz, the whatever. Now, my question is, oh, Carol's in at 40. My question about this puffy is this original? Or I remember this craze in the 80s where people would go to the thrift stores and get stuff like this and upcycle it, not knowing what it was and not caring because they didn't care about antiques or vintage. So, Carol, I don't know if this is original or if this leaves and flower type design were added later. I do not know. And I tell you what, if this was mine, first I would research it much further. Second, I would maybe soak this and take that right off if it bothers you in any way. I just don't know. I don't know if it's original. The puffy. Now, that said, it 100% could be original. They're like, this thing is so boring, just this opalescent with these beautiful pink crimped ruffles. We're going to add some decoration. And they did. I don't know because it's not my specialty. It's just not my specialty. It is about 5.5 inches tall. Okay, if anyone else is interested, they need to come in at 41 or higher pretty quickly. And a little over 3 inches in diameter at the fat bulbous part. I still think it's gorgeous. I mean, I'm not hating on it in any way. Wait till you get a hold of it, Carol, and see it. and nothing's broken. And it's very likely that it's original. I just have never seen anything like that. But, I mean, how many, let's be honest. Thank you, Carol. Let's be honest. How many Victorian European vases have I actually held in my hands to see exactly how they decorated? About 3. So, thank you so much, Carol. I really appreciate it. It's beautiful. I'm so, I honestly thought no one's going to recognize the beauty of this. No one's going to want it, but I'll bring it anyway. It's the first time I brought it, and boom, you love it just as much as me. Thank you so much. This one, Carol, I have a few things to send to you. It will not be till sometime next week, before Thanksgiving, not the day after. So it'll probably be next Wednesday, as long as I get the invoice out and am paid. If you're in a rush, let me know. And it's possible, because that vase is so thin, I might send it in its own box. Is that okay, Carol? That I don't send it with the heavy seal? I'm worried about that. Are you all right if I do 2 packages? It would be, a small, but I don't want to, that seal, I don't think that's a good idea, no matter how well I wrap it. So, okay. I want to be sure. Okay. Let's do my last low-end items, and then I have 1 medium and 2 high, and then I'll be done for the night. I so appreciate you guys. Now, I put this in a box, but it is, it has no markings saying that it is a actual gold vermilion, or that rose gold is what I used to call it. Look at that. Buy it now with the parentheses. I don't think that's going to work. What do you guys think? What in the heck was that? I don't know. It has no markings. I'll show you. But it sure looks like that. So here's the back. No markings. And it doesn't have the pin going through. And I'm thinking 70s, especially because of this style. And this style came out in the 70s and was so hot in the 80s. And then I think started trickling out and away really soon thereafter. It is that tricolor. It looks like that rose gold or tricolored vermilion gold. I hope you can see that. It's got 3 colors, and it's like a bar pin brooch. There you go. If I move it around a little bit, $9. It's just a sweet little brooch. Maybe on Dolly, maybe on a black background. Hi, Blessed Baubles. How are you? It is not vermeil. It's not marked anywhere. It is not marked anywhere. It can't be. Or it would be marked. I mean, that's my presumption. Okay. And I, Blessed Baubles, it's so nice to have you here. I do not have, there you go. That's a better take on it. The roses are 1 color. They're actually 2 colors. The leaves are also 2 colors. And then the pin itself is just a straight gold color. I do not have a stone tester. I do have a metal tester. But when there's no markings, I have to just say it looks You know, it looks like that. It just looks like that. I think it's just made to look like that. But they did a dang good job. They did a dang good job. Yeah. Yeah. No. I would tell you. I'm very honest. And it's 2 inches long. So, you know, pieces like this to me, I see my 80s poodle. He's plastic. I actually think he's 60s. Look at him. I love stuff like this. And I wear it all the time. I could wear this on this shirt so easily. I have brooches all over all my flannels, my country girl wear. And stuff like this, I don't worry about it getting lost, as opposed to this, which I have not worn yet. I'm still just coveting. And I would never just throw it on my country girl shirt. Not in a million years. This is something I would put on and then deliberately take off. This is check glass. It is a bug. It is not for sale, at least not yet. It's mine. I bought it for me. And I can't part with it yet. But I'm showing you the difference. So that was a buy it now for $9. Let's get it out of there. Okay. And we're getting down to it. I'm going to bypass on that item. I'm going to show you these two, and then I'm pretty sure that's a medium priced item. And this, I have a starts at $59. I personally, I just bought Murano necklaces, Murano bead necklaces. Okay. Now, they're glass. Okay. Murano, Italy, is known for its glass. This is not glass. This is ceramic. But this is the exact same splatter, drip, multicolored thing as Murano. It's hand knotted on a thick cord in between every bead. Every single one is different and unique. So is it Murano? I have no idea. And I mean, I have no idea. Look at all those colors. It's heavy. It's stunning. But I could not tell you. I researched this, and there's so many different red splatter beads, and some they say are Murano, and some they just say vintage. And so, you know, I can't tell you what it is, like who the maker is. I can tell you it's vintage. I can tell you it's heavy. I can tell you it's long, and I can tell you it's fabulous. I can show you the clasp. It clearly has been re-knotted onto this clasp. So if this was mine and I was going to wear it and not just covet it, I would start all over and hand knot each one over again and have a jeweler put a good clasp on because it's heavy. It's not, you can just sit and watch YouTube and knot and put another bead and knot and put another bead and then have a jeweler put a clasp on, or if you know what you're doing, you do it. It's just so heavy, it's pulled the cording apart and it's super long. I will put it on Dolly. I will give you a link and I will show you two more items. I sent info. you would like the pin that I just showed, Blessed Baubles, for $9 or $8. It's $9. I'm sorry. What did I say? I think I said $9. I'll sell it to you for $8. You know what, Blessed Baubles? I'll sell it to you for $8. And if it's vermilion, let me know. Because it looks like it. Pen vermilion. It just isn't marked. And so then again, let me get it out of here. Then hold on. I want to make sure that this is right. So then if it is, you just got to steal. And if it's not, nope, that's the wrong one. And it just looks like that, then everyone's going to think it is. Okay, I got it. So thank you for sending me your information. Okay, so let's go back to this. And I'm selling it to you, like I said, for $8. Let me get this back on my dolly. It's so pretty. Hold on. And it's really long. What is it doing? Yeah. Okay, I will give you a length and then I will move on. It's very long. That I can tell you. It's very long. And it's easy to take a cord, put it through, you know, you can get the cord at Michael's or a bead store. And then you just knot and knot and knot. You know, you just like you're doing a knot. You do it up against the bead and you tie it tight like you're sewing 2 or 3 times. And then you put another bead 2 or 3 times. And, you know, and then you get a good clasp. And I would do all that. But if I did all that, then I'd be charging you guys even more because now I'm putting my time in there. 14. So it is about 15 by 15. So 15 on each side. So 30 inches around. So on me, that's going to come to the middle of my tatas. It's very long, like I said. Think about it and let me know. Incredible holiday gift. And you have more than enough time to fix it. Okay, 2 more items. And your buy it now is 8. Okay, I thank you. Well, why did I think it was 9? That's so weird. But it doesn't matter. I sold it to you for 8. So it doesn't, whatever my brain was thinking, I've been on for almost 3 hours and it's pouring down rain here in California in the Bay Area now finally, and I have fibromyalgia and it's near my dinner time, so my brain starts getting like little woo, but it's yours for 8. 100%. Oh, this is check glass. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I've hidey hold these away for 30 years in my jewelry box. I didn't think I'd ever sell them. I love them. They're clip-ons. They remind me of Juliana, but I can't say they are. Unsigned Juliana. And they're just... And bird, it reminds me, there's 2 of them. Bird of Paradise. The reason I say Juliana is because there's the classic 2 colors of green glass, right? That's very typical of her to have the light green and the dark green. Then there's this delicious, like popsicle orange color. The large, clear, high quality rhinestone down there. And at the top, there is a dark brown and a lilac. Hold on, wait a minute. No, and the top is also. So this in, oh my gosh. This one and this one are lilac, and this is kind of a smoky color. I hope the color on your end is better than mine, because on the screen, it comes across as white. And then there's the light green and the dark green and this dreamy orange. And they are clip-ons. In Juliana, I have a couple Juliana pens, and she does this multiple colors of green and Austrian rhinestones like that. It just reminds me of her. So, and there's two. There's two. They're gorgeous. I would have liked them better if they were like that. Whoops. Like that. But you can do that. These can be the things you clip on your shirt collars. This can be the thing you put on your torque. These can be barrettes in your hair. They're beautiful. So, 19 start. And I don't think that lilac color was coming through, but there you are. Okay, my last item of the night, unless someone is really interested in seeing the turn of the century poem, I Love You flower books, or my set of Christmas card ephemera package, this is my last item of the night. Okay. So if you want to see that, or you came in late and you want to buzz through real quick and see what didn't sell and put it in the chat, I will pull it up from you before I will pull it up for you before I leave. Okay. But you would have to do that now. Otherwise, if you're watching on the replay, claim by Sunday night, because I'm going up to my homestead Tuesday for the holidays and for much needed respite. And I'll bring everything up with me. I have to bring it up with me so that I can mail it, because I'll be up there for almost 2 weeks getting some well-deserved rest. I need rest. It's a lot of work being a full-time caregiver to an aging parent. I'm sure many of you can relate. It's got a lot of blessings, but it's also emotionally and physically exhausting. Okay, this starts at $50. There's no way around it. Okay, thank you, Carol. This starts at $50. Talk about Christmas. It almost looks, it's like a bunch of stream art, like a bunch of grapes. But look at this. If you turn it the other way around, it's a blue Christmas tree, and the star on top is just causing the tree to fall to the side. This is such high quality stones. Silver tone. There's the sapphire blue, the gray blue, the light blue, and almost like a teal blue. They are incredible. The dark blue stones have no AB, so I suspect that's check glass. The lighter colored stones are AB coated, but the dark blues are just straight rhinestones. Here's the back. I want to see. One of the things I always do with these is see about the end of the pin, and this one is very thin and sharp. So one of two things. It's either right at the end of the 50s when they started making the clasp a little more safe, or what I've found more than once is that these are so long that someone thinks, I'm going to make it safer, and they cut and file that end down. Now, granted, they've made it safer, but they've taken away the original age and presentation of it. It is two and 3/4 inches long and 1 1/4 inches wide. And I know it's a huge ticket item, but it is. I paid a lot. Essentially, I'm getting back what I paid. Again, this is like the bracelet I showed earlier. Real collectors, this is what they pay. This is what I'm one of them, pay. And they tend to retain their value. I mean, they just do. This was very expensive originally at, some kind of department store. Okay, so I did not see anyone, so I didn't hear anyone talking in the chat about anything that, they came in later and they're interested in the item, and drop it in the chat. Or if they're interested in these antique ephemera, incredible graphics and font books, or the Christmas card package. So, and the Christ pixies back there, they've had repairs, and one is missing his spaghetti off his hat, but they are extremely rare and unusual. They're going to be at my Black Friday spot on the Traveling Buttons Christmas Marathon next Friday, Black Friday. Yeah. And I'll be the first up at 2 o'clock Eastern to 4 o'clock with David, Sarah, and uniquely Rochelle. And Sarah is the Traveling Button. So the next time you see me will be Black Friday. If there's any, I will not be selling on Wednesday. I will not be selling my own sale on Friday. I will be at that Black Friday sale. I will try to do a pop-up, maybe Thursday, even though it's Thanksgiving Day. I might pop up for a half an hour with, 8 items. And I might not. So then I'll be around the following week. This is the end of my 2-week Build-A-Box. So starting next week is 2 weeks, but there's only that one Black Marathon sale, and then the following week, my Wednesday and Friday sales. So it'll be just be a slower, and that's okay. It's the holidays. That's okay. So thank you, everyone who was here. I so appreciate you. Thank you for everyone who chatted with me, who engaged with me, who got to learn with me and help me with things that I wasn't getting quite right, or with other ideas about it. Thank you for your purchases. Thank you for being with me. You could be anywhere tonight. And you watch on the replay, claim by Sunday night, or I can't sell it to you because I got to take it with me so I can invoice and ship it out. Okay? Maybe I'll see you at the Black Friday event. It'd be a lot of kitsch, a lot of MCM, not jewelry, household, except for me. I'll be bringing some jewelry. Thank you so much, everyone. Big hugs. Be safe out there. It's winter. Be kind. Be nice. Just be nice. We need a lot of compassion right now. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl. Good night.